And so in this case we will prepare the student list or dictionary values related to the student information like the name, surname, ID, no, and notes, and then we will generate the random names using the some libraries which is given in the Python program. Okay, and we should generate the some random integer values for ID no, okay, and generate the random notes for the student notes. Okay, these are the basic concern of this example. And so in order to do that, we have the some library which is called the random, and so in order to utilize this random library we should import it. In the next week we will talk about the import and its utilization in the Python programming language. And so we should also use the pandas as PD. Okay, the pandas specific library that can you build some Excel files or the some manipulation on the specific data or the data structures. And so in this case, or in our example, it will be used to do what? To do the create the Excel file and write and reading operation. Okay, and we have the some faker class in here like this one. The faker generates the random names and surnames. Okay, it has a database that stores the some random and name and surnames, and so we can use it to what? To build our student information. Okay, firstly the fake variable should be defined in here like this one. In the first place we should to give the some random student names in here, but always we will utilize the what? To function definition. For example, def generate student name. Okay, and so it's creating the generate the student's name, and we can return to the what? The fake values in here like this one, the first name. Okay, and this function to generate the random student surname, we should also give the def the generate student surname in here like this one, and so we can return the fake last name. Okay, these are the general utilization of the what? The fake class. Okay, and so this fakes returns to the what? At each case the different name to our properties. Okay, and so we should give the some function to generate the a random 4-digit ID no. Okay, which means that the def generate student ID and return to f. F means that we can put the what? The some values into this integer values. Okay, and so this string can be built with what? The random dot randint, a specific function to generate the what? The some 4-digit numbers at 1000 to 9999. Okay, and so we can build if this term, and so as for example 1002 or as 2011. Okay, this returns these values of these things. Okay, also we should give the student dictionary value. why do we need to use the dictionary values in here with the random data, which means that if we have any students with a specific name, surname, or ID no or the notes, and then we need to utilize the dictionary because it's a specific key for each student. For example, the name, the surname, and then we can assign the whole the students as a ID values or the key values, and the whole the values can be kept in this these key values by using the dictionary. Okay, and so def generate student dict value, and num students can be given in here. And so firstly we need to define the some basic structure in here. And so if I use this fancy parenthesis in here, and then this students is indicating to what the dictionary values. Okay, and after that student ID can be generated from the generated student ID function, because its return value includes the specific number. Okay, or student name can be assigned with the generate student name. Okay, or student surname is assigned with the generate student surname. Okay, and student notes in a random fashion we can use the random function in here, like this one, rand int, for example 50 to 100. Okay, and 4 in range 5. Okay, we can assign the whole the values by utilizing these terms. Okay, this is specific idiom to generate the random numbers. The range 5, 0 to 4 values, or each range has 5 values elements, and so this underscores is a specific variable is indicating to to generating these terms. Okay, and so if I use this syntax, we have generated 5 different values. You may see this utilization in your libraries or some specific complex libraries, and so I put into this example in here. Okay, and so at each case we should add the student given the specific student ID. Just remember that we can assign or add some variables to the dictionary with the specific ID value. Okay, for example, if we have this nomination and then the key values of these things, name, student name, and surname is assigned to the student surname, ID, student ID, and notes can be given is a student note. Okay, after that we should return to the students dictionary value. Okay, and so if I use this structure, and then we can add at each time a different students with a different notes into into specific list or the dictionary values. Okay, or we can calculate the function to calculate the average notes of a student. Def calculate average notes, and so we should take the student's ID in here and student's property. And so if student ID in students, because if we have this value in here like this one, because every students is assigned with with the specific key values of this term. Okay, and so these are the key values, but in this nomination this dictionary kept these values. So these students possess two dictionary or nested dictionary. In the first place, student ID kept the general structure of these things, but this student ID also kept or keep or store some another dictionary values. Okay, and so the notes can be assigned to the what, the student ID in the first place, and so in the second place we should reach the second dictionary with the specific key notes, and so this returns of the what, this list. Okay, and so return some notes, this is a list value with what, the len of notes. Okay, and so if we have the 5 values in here like this one, the average values is the collection of the sum nodes divided by the len nodes. Okay, or if we don't have the student ID in here like this one, and so we can return the none. Okay, and so the function to search for students information can be written like this one. If we want to search the any student's info, in our cases we should give the student ID and students. Okay, and so if the student ID in students, and so returned the students with the key values of the student ID. Okay, or return none. Okay, if I want to add another student, in our cases like this one, def add students, we should give the some specific student ID because it's a dictionary with the keys of the student ID, and so we should also give the students like this one. If student ID in students, and then no, this is the checking case, the student ID is assigned to student this must be changed with the info, and student info ID should be kept in here like this one, students, and students ID should be assigned with the what, the student info. Okay, and so this student info is a dictionary with the parameters of the name, surname, note, and the other parameters, and so the students is the main directory or the main dictionary to keep another students, and so the students ID can be reached with the what, with this nomination and assign this term, and so the students and students ID is assigned to the another one, and so the whole the dictionary of the student info is assigned to the another one. Okay, or we can remove to student from dictionary like this one, def remove student, and student ID should be given in here with the students, because if we want to remove any student we should reach the student ID in here like this one, and so the student ID in students should be checked, and we can call the del operator in here like this one, the student ID. Okay, so if I want to write the whole data, def write to Excel in here like this one, and so the def write to Excel function can be defined in here with the parameters of the students and the file name. Okay, and so df can be called with what, the pd, and data frame is a specific function to the what to create the data frame or data structure, the nominations of the students dot t. Okay, t is the transpose of the data frame. Okay, this is the main utilization of the data frame, because if we have this information, and so the whole the columns convert into the row values in order to what, in order to see the whole the parameters in the Excel file. Okay, and so we have the df function to Excel specific in here like this one, and so we should give the file name, and index should be equalized to the false value. Okay, should not assign to the any index in here. Or we can read the read from data from the Excel. Okay, and so def read from Excel in here the specific file name like this one, and so df can be read from the pd read Excel function in here like this one, and so the file name can be assigned in here, and students parameters can be assigned to the dictionary value. Okay, df possess the some parameter types or conversion types like this one, to Excel, to feather, to gbq, html, and dict, and so it's the predefined function to be used in the pandas library. Okay, and so we give the oriented in the index, and so the each data can be reached with the with the specific order. Okay, and so we can return the student's value in here. Okay, so firstly, these are the codes for the specific operation, but each time students they generate students dictionary with the with the 20 values. Okay, and so the 20 dictionary is defined in the generate student dictionary values or dictionary function, and then we have the 20 different names by using this class. Okay, and so we can print the students in here like this one, and so if I run this code, the first name is S9111, name Jack, Santiago, blah blah blah. Okay, so if we have this time student ID is equal to the S10, for example, and average notes can be called to assign to the to calculate average notes, student ID, and students. Okay, because the student's ID is written on this page. Okay, and so if we check the average note is not a none, which means that if we have the any values in here like this one, and then the print f average notes for student ID is equal to the average notes. Okay, dot to f. Else print f student ID not found. Okay, I'm sorry. Not none. Not any syntax in here. I'm sorry, miss. Okay. Thank you. Okay, and so student S10 is not found in here. Okay, because we don't have any kind of information related to this one, because the S10 is not included in here, because we have the 4-digit ID number in our cases. Okay, and so we can search the student information in here. Okay, student info can be defined with the what, the search student info and student ID and students. Okay, so if student info is given in here like this one, the student information can be given like this one. For key and values in student info items, just remember that the print and so f key values and the values. Okay, or else print f student ID not found. Okay, and so if I run this code and so the student 10 not found. Okay, or 111 can be included in here like this one, and so this is also not found because we have the S29 23. Okay, in here. So if we have, or if we want to add some other parameters in here like this one, for example add a new student. New student can be built with the definition of the name, generate student name. Okay, surname, generate the surname, and ID as 51, and we can give the notes in here like this one, the 88, 75, 92 and 96 and 91. Okay, and so if I want to add these students in here like this one, the new students should be given to the students. Okay, and so can build the new students added in here, and we can print the students. Okay, if I run this code and we have this term in here like this one as 4479, and also we have the S51. Okay, with the name of the Torres and the ID no S51 and the nodes 88 blah 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 81. Okay, and so before search for the students we can call it like again like this one. Average node is not calculated in here like this one. For example, if we have the student's ID in here for the new students, and so the new students can be given in here, or we can give the S51. Okay, and so if I use these nodes in here like this one, for example, and so if I run this code, and then we will have the 68.40 for the average nodes. Okay, we can calculate the whole values right now, or we can remove the students. Remove students, for example S51 students. Okay, so print the students S51 removed in here like this one. Okay, and so there's no error in here. Okay, or we can write the whole the values, write the student dictionary to an Excel file. Okay, write the Excel file students, and we can call the students xlsxx. Okay, and so if I run this code, and then we will have the students xlsxx. Okay, so this could be seen like this one, and so we will get the open folder settings, not revealing time information, and students can be given in the what in these terms. Okay, and the Carlos and the notes is written on this page. Okay, you will see that denomination, and also we should give the what these terms like this one. Read students from Excel can be given in here. Read from Excel student xlsx. Okay, and so for student ID, student info in student from Excel in items can be given in here, and so we can print the f student ID is equal to the what the student ID, and student info is written on the student info. Okay, and so if I run this code, and we will have the what these terms. Okay, for example, if we have here, yes, in the one table we will add these terms, because if we generate the students for dict 20 values in here like this one, the num students in here, but we should add the what the 4 values to what should this or the add these terms. Okay, we should generate the what the some other implementation. For example, if we have the student copy in here like this one, we can reach the whole data in here, and so if I put this function in here, for example, we can read the student's copy at this time, and so the each name of the or the student's ID can be given in here. But in our example, we will have the what the one students to generate dict, because we don't have or the use these num students. Okay, and so I want to change this code, or you need to change this code in order to what? In order to create some random students in here. Okay, so any question about the example? I will share this code to the classroom, our own classroom, and then you will see all the codes and manipulate the codes in order to what? In order to generate the more than one students like this one. Okay, because if we have this nomination in here like this one, we should update this information in order to what? In order to create some different students. Okay, so if there is no question, and so this is the end of the lesson. Is there a question related to the example?